It's oh well, okay. We're live. We
Hey,
are live.
we are live tonight on Wolfgang Wednesday. What's up, Dave?
How you doing?
Good.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just trying to. All right, now we can talk. Good.
For those of you out there that are wondering where Johnny is, Johnny's working on his computer for a couple seconds. Just a little bit of technical difficulties, but he'll be right here momentarily.
It's too bad.
Yeah. Nice picture of the herd in the background, Dave.
Thank you.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. What's the temperature out there?
Oh, I don't even know.
I can still hear you guys.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Johnny sounds like he's in the car.
You can still hear us.
Like I was about 6 months ago, you know.
Yeah.
Over.
I don't know. I got this new Weather Channel app, and it's 71 degrees. It takes a while for it to come up on the phone. So all right. So let's see. Who do we have here?
And the show is boring.
Well, why don't you
this video.
why don't you just stop the show then? All right. Eduardo, Michael Bishop, John Constantine, Halen, Tone Bolts.
Where is the chat room?
Desiree, Eduardo.
Desiree.
Who else do we have here? Mr. BHB. Is that Bruce? I'm doing my best Johnny Beane routine.
I'm glad you're holding the fort down here because I can't seem to get my.
Chris 46 is here. Hello, Chris. Can you please do Johnny a favor and tweet this out? Cat Dumpling is here.
Oh, here we go.
Derek Hall is here. Bill Camporis is here. Frank Corsorin is here. Tone Talk is here. Brian Davey. And we have, that's it, 20 people watching at the moment. Lickmax is here.
Bill Camporis.
Yep. Hello, Bill. 7 thumbs up. No Johnny Beane. No mustache. What?
Oh, well. Hey, nice pictures of the shark I see there, Dave. That looks.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, the shark is coming along. It should be built by Saturday when you get here. Mike as himself is here. Hey. Greg Walker is here. We got some things to talk about today.
Yeah, we do. We got a lot of cool things to talk about. Interesting stuff. I'd be anxious to see if there's anybody out there that wants to talk about their new 5150 EVH Stripe Series guitars, what they think of them. I'm sure there's a few out there that have fallen into some fans' hands over the last few days.
Maybe.
You know? Yeah, definitely got some cool stuff to talk about. I got some really cool updates we'll talk about with my 918V guitar. Yeah, a lot of good stuff happening. Dave, it's funny. I was talking to, or actually, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he goes, "Hey, did you hear that new Dance the Night Away, song, B-side?"
Oh, yeah, the vocal, yeah.
Yeah. I was checking that out.
We were discussing that last week. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. Saw your hangout. It was kind of cool. I liked it. It's kind of a neat breakdown. It's interesting hearing the song fade out that way.
Yeah. Actually, it doesn't fade out at all. It goes to the end. Where they stop playing.
Right. Yeah, like the breakdown. I love how they do the breakdown. It was interesting. Kind of like that more than the original in a way.
Well, yeah, because it's different. So that's what makes it kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. So what have you been up to today? You playing some guitar?
Nope, I haven't played any guitar today, actually. I've been just relaxing, healing my back.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you how your back was doing after you pulled it last week.
Yeah, it's getting better, slowly but surely, but getting better. So
yeah.
It doesn't hurt when I breathe anymore. I can breathe now.
Yeah, the classic, it's not bad. It only hurts when I breathe.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I really, went to work this morning and then friend of mine, a nice lady friend of mine. I helped her with a couple little things, and then came home and had a little dinner, and haven't really had a chance to play much guitar today, but hopefully we'll rectify that when I get out to sea on Saturday. We'll spend some time jamming.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. The other guitar I was going to bring. I'm going to bring out my new special with the sustainer. I want you to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, that is if you have enough room in your apartment for it with all the hardware on it. So.
Yeah, you may have to take some of that off.
Yeah, just to get into the front door.
How you doing, Johnny? You getting set there? Sounds like he's driving around.
Johnny.
Anyway, all right. So
we might as well get rolling here.
Mike as himself says, "Hey guys, I was on a waiting list for one of the 5150 guitars, but he pulled the plug because he wanted a USA Select Charvel, couple bucks more, but worth it. What do you think?" I haven't seen one. I don't even know what they're like. So, if that's what you wanted, then absolutely. If that's something you wanted more, why not?
I've seen pictures of those, the USA Select Charvels. I mean, they're really cool. And like Dave said, yeah, if that's what floats your boat, I mean, it's kind of like, pick your poison. Well,
yeah,
strawberry ice cream or chocolate. What do you like better? I mean, they're both probably excellent choices. I'd be interested to hear what you think of that guitar, actually.
Yeah, sure. All right, John, you want to start your spiel?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Two Johnnies.
See what happens. Yeah, there's two of them. For right now, there has to be two of them. Hey, everybody. Yeah, what's going on? My main computer is like crashing and freezing, and it's terrible. So I'm running the Hangout from this other computer over here. So even if I crash again, those two bozos will still be. Man.
Just
although I don't have a
these
chat
two
room.
bozos are saving your rear end.
Oh, okay. Dave, where did you post all this stuff? I got to find a
I posted it in all the regular sites.
I gotta find it so I can see.
Why don't you just check my page, or check our page?
Desiree, I like the MacBooks too. They're pretty cool. I dig them. I have one.
Okay,
Yes,
I see it.
That's
hey, Echo, Brian Davies. Hey man, Desiree. Johnny Beane is so mad at his PC. He's going to throw it in the trash and get a MacBook. That would be nice. Mr. BHB. Is that Bruce? Hey man. All right, one second. Volume down. There we go. All right, we're rocking here. Bill Camporis. Hey man, is my hard drive full? No.
I can't say that.
No, it's not. I do have a nerd actually, and I wrote to him the other day, and it sounds like it might be a video card issue. Is that right? Video card?
Yeah.
It might be a video issue. So anyway, I might have to take this computer in to my guy at some point, which is not such a big deal. He doesn't live that far away. A couple hours. So anyway, hey everybody. Thanks for oh man, I want my egg back, please. That's what we're gonna call those now, eggs.
Yes.
We want eggs on the right. Always. And Steve Anderson, if you're awake, I got 10 eggs today, if you can believe it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes. Brian Davies, has Johnny Beane been fiddling with his... Oh, come on. I can't read that stuff.
You can't read.
Anyway.
Too funny.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, jumping in. Rob Johnson, right? Rob Johnson? David Nussbaum?
Ron, whatever.
Johnny and Johnny?
Yeah.
I see a Howie Beane laying on the floor over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. He just got a new bed, actually.
Oh, how cool!
And
Good for him.
I'm gonna unbox it later tonight. The box took up the entire car.
Well, he's a big dog.
Of course, Johnny's got a Geo, so you know.
That's right. That's right. No, seriously though, the guy comes out from the back, at the post office. You take the slip for the, for the package. He comes out. It's like, I don't know if it could have been folded. I know I can't say that, but the box is literally this big. I walk out of there, and people are staring at me. I go to the car, and I'm like, how am I going to put this in the car? In the Geo, it's not going to fit.
Yeah. Hey Dave, Johnny's wearing your favorite T-shirt. He's wearing your favorite T-shirt, the one with the lint all over it.
The one with the lint all over it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, can you clean that shirt? But it's not. They're little stars.
They're little boxes.
Little boxes, yeah.
Dude, you can't.
I heard you had a little box.
Come on. You can't.
It's like the Eddie Van Halen shirt from the 80s.
Cry like you have one. I'm sorry.
Johnny, you got to get one of those T-shirts like Eddie wore back in '84 with a dice all over.
Those are around.
Yeah.
Remember, there was somebody on the links that was looking for one years ago.
Yes. Actually, there's a few people that were looking for them. Yeah. Yep. John Constantine, boxes of lint.
Yeah. They're just little squares.
They're
pretty cool. Yeah. So what is this? Is this Wolfgang Wednesday?
Okay.
It is.
Since I joined late, I feel like I'm on your show. I feel like this is your guys' show.
It is Wolfgang Wednesday, but I think we got some other cool stuff to talk about too. So definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rob, Daniel has a question for you, Rob.
Daniel, let's see. Where are we here? Hey, Rob, do you have a chrome locking nut for sale that fits an EVH Wolfgang Special? It's the one made in China. Well, I don't have one for sale, Daniel. If I have one, I'll just ship it out to you for nothing. I'm not going to sell it to you. I'll just give it to you. I have some locking nuts. I'm not sure. I'm sure I have one that fits. I don't know how many of them I have. I think I do have a few chrome ones. I think I might have an R2 and maybe a couple of R3s. I have to go look in my parts box later. So I will.
It would be an R2. It would be an R2, but it's not a German one because the German ones won't fit. It's not a real Floyd nut.
Okay. Well,
you know how like those special, the ones on the specials fit the specials and they don't really fit. Like if you put a German Floyd on a Wolfgang Special, it doesn't really fit right.
Right.
He needs the nut that actually fits.
Okay. So in that case,
I don't have one. He asked me the other day.
Yeah, Daniel, in that case, I actually don't have one because the only EVH hardware I have is actually on my EVH guitars right now. So I don't. But I would suggest, checking eBay or the Stratosphere under the EVH gear section. And you can find them. They are available. You just have to hunt.
No, you can also call Floyd Rose. They're in Wall Township, New Jersey, and say that you need a nut for an FR 1000. And they should be able to supply you with one. You should be able to buy one from them directly.
Cool. Good deal. Yeah. Yep. Sounds like that's the answer right there.
Yep.
And Dave, And Dave, that part you and I were talking about prior to going on, I do have a couple of places I'm going to check tomorrow, and if I can find it, if I can locate it, the one you're looking for, I'll grab it. A friend of mine has some real old vintage stuff laying around, parts and stuff. So let me see what I can do.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
And speaking of that, we might have to figure out a way to possibly do a hangout maybe Saturday evening if we have some time. I'm going to be heading out to see Dave on Saturday, probably mid-afternoon, early afternoon, hopefully, and should be out there about 5 o'clock, 5:30 Eastern time.
The thing is, we could either that or we could I mean, we could definitely have a hangout for a little bit, but there are other things that we could do. I think either Dennis or Andy Aladort might be playing. We can go visit them, or we could build out your 918V.
You know what? Those sound like some great options. Yeah, let's put something together. Speaking of the, so anyways, I am going out to see Dave. I'm only going to be able to spend one overnight, and I'll have to head out, Sunday late morning, early afternoon. But just to show you guys real quick, I was able to locate a neck for the 918V. I was on Reverb the other day, and I was really, really lucky. Excuse me. I found this guitar. It's a Kramer guitar. I don't even remember what model it is. It's nothing I really care about. But if you guys see it, it's got the exact neck on it that I need for my 918V. It's got the pointy headstock, chrome hardware, tilt back, maple board. It's exactly what I need. So, it's kind of interesting because you spend all this time looking for these necks for these projects. In this case, it was the Kramer pointy head tilt back headstock with a maple board for that particular guitar, because Eddie had those necks on some of the backup Kramers for the 5150 tour. Oh, you 812 tour, I think he had a few of them too. And they're so hard to find, and if you can find one on eBay, they're kind of an arm and a leg, and they're just they're difficult. I made some phone calls, and other than having one built, I really was kind of having a hard time. So I was kind of thinking, yeah, it might take me a few months to get this project done, which was fine. And then end of last week, I should say, I was on Reverb and just cruising through Kramer guitars, and I saw this thing for like literally $300, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, it's got the Floyd, it's got the hardware, which means I can use the volume pot. The pickups are not correct, but that's cool. I already have an idea. Dave's going to help me out with the pickup. So essentially, I have everything I need to build the guitar. Once the guitar gets here, I was kind of hoping it would show up in the mail today, but maybe tomorrow. So hopefully it's here before I leave on Saturday. And if it is, Dave and I might have a little project to work on this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be here. I'm sure you'll have it.
So yeah, that'll be cool. So get that 918V finished up a little bit sooner than anticipated,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And what else we got? What about you, Johnny?
What?
Huh?
I'm just enjoying the conversation here. I'm just
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
When do you ever?
Hey, RMG 471. It's very confusing on this side because I'm running the show from this computer, which I never do. I always run it from the main one here. But to have the chat box, I have to have the window open on this one. So I'm looking at this like it's the normal thing, but I'm looking at a delayed video with the chat box. So I'm watching you guys, and everything's totally out of sync. It's very weird.
Diamond Dave Lucy says he's got a new 3-tone Cherry Wolfgang and a natural Wolfgang neck coming tomorrow for the stop tail. Very cool. Very nice.
Cool, man.
Very nice.
Awesome. I got my egg back. Thank you very much.
Brian, our friend Brian, Johnny Beane, and Dave, and that other guy.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. That's so funny.
That's pretty funny.
The other dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, he's Rob.
Yeah.
Run, no.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Uh-oh. So you're going over there Saturday then?
Yeah, I'm going to head over there Saturday afternoon. Just take me a few hours, 3.5 hours, and yeah, should be kind of a cool way to spend the Saturday evening. Head back on Sunday. Pick up my guitar, finally, after it's been a while.
Bring a case.
I'll probably forget to bring it home. I'll drive home with
No, I won't allow that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I haven't had a VH1 black and white in my house here now in what, like 5 months, Dave, something like that. It's been like
Wow.
5, 6 months. Yeah, 5 months. 5 months. Yeah, it's been about 5 months since I've been out there to see it. And then in August, for those of you guys out there that are watching us tonight, Johnny and Dave are aware of this. Got a pretty cool thing happening, and we're going to have to somehow figure a way out to coordinate all this. But Chris Hubbard is flying out to my house. I'm going to pick him up at the airport, but he's flying out to my house August 3rd, and he's going to spend the week with me. So I'm going to pick him up at the airport. We're going to hang out here for a couple of days, play some guitar, just have some fun. And then we're going to head out to Dave's house, spend some time with Dave, hopefully catch up with Pete, and make some visits to some different places. And I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to do it. Dave, Chris, and I are going to try to hook up with Scott, and we're going to try to get to Scott Smith's house.
Well, what we're going to do, I think the best thing to do is to leave your car here and I'll pile into my car and drive out to Philly.
Yeah.
And then this way, all the mileage is not on your car, and then come back here and you guys can split the next day.
Yeah, we'll probably do it that way. Scott's aware of it.
Yeah, he told me that it's going to be very tough because he's very busy, but he said that they're going away. He just doesn't know when. Right.
Hopefully we can pull it off. But it's going to be the week of the 3rd of August, from like the 3rd to the 6th to the 13th. The 6th to the 13th. Yeah. And it'll be cool. And then we'll get back here and spend a day or so back at my place again, and then I'll run it back to the airport. And so it should be a really cool vacation. It'd be really great to hook up with some friends. I mean, spend some time with Dave and Chris and Scott and Pete and whoever else we can catch along the way. Hopefully Anthony Sajazi, we can meet up with Anthony. It'd be nice to catch up with him again. But I mean, honestly, I'm really pumped about this. I'm really pumped about that trip specifically because seeing Dave is always awesome, and both Dave and I are going to have an opportunity to meet Chris face to face. And I've known Scott Smith for like Johnny Beane. I've known Scott Smith since like mid '90s, and I've never physically met the man. I've talked to him on the phone and texted him and emailed him and done business with him, and it's going to be a true honor to see his guitar collection. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's so weird, man. It's so strange because we all know like the same people, and we all like meet. Like I've met Scott.
Yeah,
I've met him in person. Once, twice, couple times.
Couple times, isn't it?
Or whatever. Mm-hmm. Dave, I've never met. I don't think I ever will. Bob, we'll probably meet at some point.
We're gonna meet sometime because
since I don't come out to LA.
Yeah, I'm
probably end up meeting in LA somewhere. I'm thinking.
Dave and I are going to try to make it happen. I'm definitely coming out to LA again within the next year. Definitely within the next year, I'm coming out. And I'll try to make it where Dave and I can do a trip together.
Pile into Dave's car and drive out here.
Hey, Dave, we're going to pile in your car and go to LA.
Well, listen, we have a couple of people. We got to pay attention to this chat box. So Frank McNow, you're looking for a hard shell case that'll fit your Stripes Series Star. You can maybe check out a Gibson Explorer case or an Epiphone Explorer case. That'll probably fit it. But other than that, maybe Jackson or Charvel may have something to fit their Star guitar.
Eddie had one on tour.
Okay, but that's Eddie Van Halen.
There was a case. Remember there was a case that said Star on it?
Okay, but was it an EVH branded one? Because that's what he asked. When you're Eddie Van Halen, people make you stuff. That doesn't mean it's out.
Good point.
Good point.
Yes, and Bozique asked if any of us are going to Summer NAMM. I'm most likely going to Summer NAMM.
When is that, Dave?
I believe it's July 13th, 14th, and 15th. And I'm making plans to get there on the 14th and 15th. I can't promise, but I'm trying to make that happen now.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went, what was that, a couple years ago?
Years ago, yeah.
And I'm going to try to make the EVH Con if I can this time. That's in October, but
It sounds like you guys are having one. It sounds like you're having your own little mini one.
Yeah. Where?
Actually, in August. Hopefully, it is going to be kind of a mini con in some ways because
bunch of criminals.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hey!
Brent C. Rocks, what's happening?
Hey, Brent.
Daniel is asking, any of you guys thinking of getting the new EVH 5150 guitar? I know one of us is, and it ain't me.
I would like to. Hopefully, I do.
He always says he would like to. He knows he's getting it.
The other me in here that's not even talking has one. Look, he's holding one.
Armando, stop bothering my girlfriend.
He's holding the prototype.
I'm not getting one. I have. I think they're awesome. I can't wait to play one, and maybe one day I'll get one. But my 5150 here, my custom 5150 is pretty much all I need. I'm more than happy with this thing, and so this will probably be the one for me. But that's certainly nothing against the 5150 Stripe series. I think they're amazing, and I'm so excited to see them and play them. You know, I have a bunch of the EVH Stripe series. I have the Star, I have the black and yellow, the VH1, which will be picking up the Circles guitar. They're just amazing guitars, and like Johnny says, you know, the necks on them are to die for. They're incredible. But as far as the 5150 is concerned, I'd love to have one. I just can't. I can't justify spending the cash for it because like I said, I have this one, and this one is just amazing. It's probably my favorite guitar I have. And,
well,
yeah.
just wait until you try one.
Can't wait. I can't
try
wait.
a new one. I'm telling you, that neck is the best neck out of all of them to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm gonna do the picture of Dave. I need the glasses.
So you're being a creep?
I'm being a creep.
Actually, isn't there's I've got a picture right here that you can kind of pose.
That's Dave's new avatar, actually, for me.
Look at this. You can actually kind of pose and kind of do that yourself.
Oh yeah.
You can do that move.
I've seen that photo.
What do you mean? You just saw it like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I've seen. Like I said, I've seen it.
Yeah, those are my that time frame is my favorite time frame of the 5150 guitar. I mean, actually, I love it when it came out in '84 before the space tape, and it looks all smooth and clear. It looks great. But I love it from, like, say, '85 to '88, that 3-year period from '85 to '88, '88, '89, whatever, you know, is probably my favorite time period of the 5150 guitar. Which was when it was used the most, of course.
Yep. My favorite time period of the 5150 guitar is 1983 to 2000. It's still 2017.
Yeah, because it keeps popping up. It literally keeps popping up.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that guitar. I love that guitar. You guys
just lost the egg.
Ah. Come on. 52 people watching us. Thank you for joining us on What the H is going on here Wednesday.
Yeah, the 5150 guitar, though, it's the best. I mean, in my opinion, that's the guitar that got me wanting to play the guitar. I mean, for me, you know, the Frankenstrap, this guitar, amazing. I love it. I mean, I would never be without one. I mean, I just, they're amazing guitars. I love it. Like I said, this is my favorite, one of my other favorite guitars, you know. But for me, seeing Live Without a Net, and like Dave said, you know, the Panama video, like, whoa, what is this new guitar Eddie's got? That's not like the last one. It's got an Explorer headstock on it. You know, it just had the right combination, and I don't know, just the personality that particular guitar took on over the years, specifically, you know, Live Without a Net. Something about that was just magical to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Live Without a Net, that guitar, that was my favorite guitar from then on.
Yeah.
And then anytime you saw the guitar make an appearance on any other live, you know, recorded shows or pictures or whatever, it was always like, wow, you know. And then like seeing that picture right there, you know.
Yeah. I remember when I saw the guitar literally 6 feet away. It was just magical. I mean, it was in 2004 when they played Worcester, Massachusetts. It was in June. It was like June. I saw him twice, 2 nights in a row. The first night I had 5-star tickets, the all-access one, so I was in the front row. But the second night, I had 1 Golden Ring tickets on Eddie's side in the ring. And I got there earlier, so I was literally like from me to my computer screen away looking up. And I've shown these guys, and I've shown you guys online sometimes, but like some of the pictures I got, I mean, seeing that guitar literally 6 feet away was just incredible. It was just amazing. It was like, whoa, that's the guitar. Of course, it didn't have the same neck on it. It had a Strat neck, but still the body, it was just phenomenal seeing that guitar. It was amazing. You know? It'd be nice to see that guitar make an appearance again, but like Dave says, you know, the guitar is, I believe right now, virtually unplayable. It's just not in condition to be played. I'm sure it could be modded to be back up road ready, but I don't know if that's a guitar you're ever going to see Eddie pull on stage. I got a feeling if the band ever does go back out on tour, hopefully they will, I think you're going to see Eddie rocking one of the new EVH guitars.
Yep, I agree with that.
And that would be cool. That would be really cool. You know?
Oh, even if they don't go on tour, you know, since that guitar just came out, you're going to see an ad with him holding one.
Oh, yeah. You're
going to see that, definitely. Yeah.
I'll be keeping my eyes open for the young guitar mags and the player mags, the Japanese mags. They'll have some cool stuff, I'm sure. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dude, you've got you have piles of those things, man.
Yeah. I'll pull a few out here in a little while. I'll show you guys some cool stuff. Johnny, Dave, and I were texting a few hours ago, and I had some time tonight when I got home, and I was just going through some old mags, and I got some really old. I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of magazines, but some of the rare ones like Player and, you know, Young Guitar, and some really cool stuff in some of those mags. You know? Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Raymond has a good question. Do you see that? What do you guys think about the Kramer 1984, the first batch?
The Music Yo guitars, I don't like them.
I thought they were cool when they first came out, but the more I played them and I owned a couple of them, they really
they were not good guitars. They looked cool because that was the first time that you saw something that resembled the 5150 guitar. Right. I always wanted one when I first saw them, and then I played one, and I was like, it's not a good guitar.
They weren't real, in my opinion, they weren't real Kramers, you know.
Well, it's not even that. They just weren't. The neck pockets were off. Nothing was good about them. I had a customer of mine bring one to me, and the neck pocket was 1/8 of an inch too shallow, and I had to make 1/8 of an inch shim for the neck to fit in there so that the bridge, so that the action wasn't a mile off the fretboard. 1/8 of an inch. That's the size of a mini jack.
Yeah.
So that's just that's not good.
Yeah, I think I owned 3 or 4 of them, and the only reason I had them is because at the time, over like a 4-year period, I was building 5150s and 84s, and one of them I didn't even paint. It was the bullseye version. You know, it had the black and red bullseye. And the funny thing is I had issues exactly like what Dave's talking about with the neck pocket. It required shimming. It required adjustments. I wasn't exactly a fan of those pickups they use, and I believe they were like an 84T is what they call them. They were 84T pickups. Yeah. And they just didn't, I don't know, the guitars looked cool. They were not exact to the 5150. I mean,
bigger. They were actually bigger.
Right.
Were bigger, and then the headstock shape was much bigger. It was a much bigger guitar than the 5150 guitar.
It was, and at a glance, it looked cool. But once you started doing some research,
and none of the contours were right.
Yeah, yeah. And like on the back of I mean, this isn't my 5150, but on the back where it wasn't smooth like Eddie's was. It was too fat. There was a lot of stuff with them, but I think out of the 3 or 4 that I owned, one of them was actually a decent playing guitar.
You didn't like them, but you had 4 of them?
Well, I was doing, this shop that was close to my house at the time, this is like probably 10 or 12, maybe 15 years ago, I want to say. It's been a while. Those guitars came out a long time ago. This guy was getting these in all the time. And I think I bought one in the summer of, I don't know, 2001 or something like that, whatever. I don't remember exactly.
Early 2000s when they were out.
Yeah.
I remember the Music Yo website was I remember seeing it in 2003, 2004.
Yeah, and when they first came out, you couldn't even get one for like, it was over a year before one was even in stock.
Yeah.
Like you saw the ads for them, and when you would go to order one, it was never in stock. Like for a whole year, they were never in stock, and I was like, you know, that turned me off to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, why put a guitar out there? Why put an ad for a guitar out there when you know it's not going to be out for a year? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Saying that it's available, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand if you put an ad out that said coming soon or, you know, pre-order now, but it's, you know, grab one now, it's here, and it's not.
And you can't get it, right. I remember that. They were very difficult to get your hands on. I lucked out with this guy in a couple towns over that was somehow he would get them. And I remember you could get them in white, black, red.
Or red, and bullseye.
And bullseye, but when they first came out, they put a stop to it, but you could get primer white. They came out in primer white.
Yeah.
So you could paint it. And I remember the first 2 I got were in primer white. I bought one in the summer of 02 or something like that, and I painted it for a 5150 guitar. And then I bought another one maybe 6-8 months later and did an 84 guitar. And both of those guitars looked cool, but they just were not good playing guitars. I wasn't, you know, and I forget how it worked, but I ended up with a bullseye one a couple of years later, and that one actually was a cool guitar. That played okay, but I agree with Dave. They were not the best quality guitars, I don't believe, you know. Anybody that's looking to do, in my opinion, anybody that's looking to do a 5150, and I just got this question back a few days ago, as a matter of fact. Someone texted me or messaged me on Facebook, and they said, Rob, I'm looking to build a 5150 guitar. I have a line on an old Music Yo guitar. Can I use that? And my response was, yes, you can absolutely use it, and it'll look cool. I mean, like Dave said, the contour's off, the headstock's a little bigger, the body's bigger. You know, it's not perfect, but I mean, depending on how, you know, accurate you want to be, yeah, there are good options. But I would just, you know, I would go, if it was me, I said I'd go with a Music Yo body or a lock body.
A
Music Craft body or a lock body, neck. There's so many other options out there that where you can come so much closer, you know, and they're like plug and play. The neck's married to the bodies, and it's more. And to me, it's more fun that way to actually buy the necks, buy the bodies, buy the parts. You know, you can put whatever pickup you want in it. You can get the original Floyds. I mean, you know, you can go crazy and get the Godot tuners that Eddie had on his 5150. They weren't Shallers, they were Godos. And on the 5150 guitar, you can really customize it how you want. You know, that's how I would do it if I was going to build another one.
Oh, look what you did! You did one already. How about that?
Exactly. Well, you know, yeah, exactly. The 918V is kind of, you know, I mean, I've actually bought the body from eBay. It was an old Kramer body, and the neck's going to be an old Kramer neck. So it's kind of fun to build them that way, I think, you know.
Yes, as long as you're not selling it to someone else.
Exactly.
Build them all day if you want, but don't resell them.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly true.
Hey, if you want to build it and give it to me, that's perfectly legal.
Or if you want to buy a 5150 Stripe Series and give it to Johnny, that's definitely legal.
Oh,
he doesn't need anyone to give him one. He's getting one.
That's even better.
Hey, Dave, this is a question for you. That's a real quick question for Dave, Johnny. Can all three of you guys talk about action neck relief, how you like your personal setups?
Yeah, that's just for Dave.
Question for all three. Johnny's answer is going to be totally off of what Dave's is. So.
It's going to be the total opposite.
Yeah, well, I like my action super low. I like it 1/32 off the fretboard at the 12th fret, and I like no relief at all in my neck. I like it to be perfectly straight, and sometimes even a back bow, a tiny back bow.
I thought you liked relief when you got action.
I can't say that. Yeah, I'm kind of on Dave's playing field on that too. It just makes the guitar play so much smoother, and for me, that's how I prefer it too. What about you, Johnny?
I just like them. I just like to plug them in and go.
Johnny said, like, what did you say? You said your Music Man. You said your Music Man. The action is like a mile high off the fretboard or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's a mile off the fretboard. Dave told me to adjust the truss rod. I did. Now it buzzes like crazy. It's unplayable now. So it's sitting in its gig bag right there. You know, never to be touched again.
Well, you can blame that on me if you want, but it buzzes like crazy because you had it you had it set up horribly for so long that the frets worn that way.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So I gotta get a refret then.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, you did use that guitar every day for the whole life of its life since you've had it.
Yeah,
pretty
Johnny
much.
spent a lot of
Pretty
time
much.
playing that guitar.
But yeah, as far as my guitars, you know, the action can be low, it can be a little high, just a little bit. I don't care. I will tell you guys one thing. Dave Nesdahl, he does do a good setup though.
Yeah.
Even though we've never actually met in person, he gave me a guitar, you know, in pieces though. It was just a neck and a body. You know, I slapped them together. He told me exactly where to put the pick, you know, underneath the neck to shim.
He told you where to put it?
Yeah.
You can say pick too.
Come on, you can't say that. I put the guitar together. I'd never played a guitar with action that low in my life.
Yeah.
So
and that's how Eddie's are, I believe. Dave, when you played Eddie's Purple Peavy, wasn't that the same way? I mean,
the Wolfgang was. Yeah, the Wolfgang had low action. As far as striped guitars, like Kramer's and stuff, I don't know. I mean, other than the Music Zoo guitar, which had super high action, and I was told that the Frankenstein, Eddie's original Frankenstein, always had high action, and it was set up very poorly. But the Wolfgang that I played, actually both Wolfgangs that I played, had super low action.
You know, it's funny.
I played that purple guitar from '98, and I played the green special that he smashed in 2004.
Yeah. You know, that's an interesting conversation too, because I have some magazines, old magazines, where Sammy was interviewing Eddie, and matter of fact, the name of the article is "Sammy Drills Eddie," and it's got a picture of Eddie's. Yeah. It's got a picture of Eddie's 5150 drill, like this, you know. And I
remember that practicing musician.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the article, Sammy's talking about Eddie's 5150 guitar, the 5150 Kramer, and he basically says it's weird playing Eddie's guitar. He said because the wiggle stick, the whammy bar, he said the wiggle stick feels like it's broken, which means because he's got all that play in him. And he says the strings are like a mile high off the neck, which is really interesting because that's probably how a lot of Eddie's Kramers were back in those days, because people were setting them up differently. And then when you look at, you know, Eddie finally went with Music Man and then Peavy, and he started having, you know, putting stipulation and requirements on the setups of these guitars when they left the factory. They were super low action, and I think Eddie's playing style and his preferences of what a good guitar should play like changed, and I think you can see some differences in his playing style over the years. So I believe Eddie probably, you know, did used to play on high action guitars, not because he necessarily liked it, probably just because, like Johnny's guitars, that's just how they were. That's how they were.
Yeah, when you slap, you know, a couple things together that weren't meant to be together.
Right.
You know, kind of like the show.
Speaking of the show, where'd Dave go?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And, you know, that's the thing. When you sit down and you're actually customized building a guitar, like, you know, a PV Wolfgang or an Ernie Ball Music Man or EVH Wolfgang, you know, now you're in the driver's seat where you're not relying on Kramer, you're not relying on Charvel or other companies, you know, or mix match parts when you're having them custom built. You know, like Paul Unkert was telling us last year, you know, they would basically just use whatever was laying around the shop, you know. They would go upstairs and, hey, Eddie wants a Strat. He wants another Strat guitar. So someone would run upstairs and, you know, they'd grab a body like the Kramer ad guitar. You know, someone went upstairs and the body they grabbed was that old style Walker body. You know, and then they'd grab some necks and Eddie'd go, yeah, that looks cool. How about that one? Okay, you know.
Is it? Can I show this picture?
Yeah.
This is the cleanest I'd ever seen. That you're talking about the Kramer ad.
Yeah.
The picture you sent this over earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, this is weird to me because I'm there we go. This is the cleanest I've ever seen that body.
Yeah. That's out of my young guitar mags. And you can tell it's not even wired up yet.
It's not even finished yet. Yeah, there's the wire hanging out of the top there.
Yep. Yeah, that's an awesome.
That's very, very cool.
And you can see how thick the white stripe is. Like here's my replica of the guitar. And you can see how thick the white stripe is, you know. And matter of fact, that picture was one of the pictures I used when I built, you know, my Kramer ad. So, but yeah, I mean, I think Eddie's preferences changed. And, you know, back in those days, he had Kramers with high actions. And you know, that's just the parts they had laying around. And when Paul Unkert or George Felice or whoever was painting these things at the time, they were just grabbing whatever paint happened to be laying around the shop, and it was literally that haphazardly simple. And then now, like you said, you know, you look at Music Man and PV and EVH. Now the guy's sitting here going, okay, now I'm going to make a guitar that works for me. Now you see the low action come into play and the ease of playability, and I think that developed over time. That concept, personally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And those are guitars that when he jumped in with Music Man, you know, to PV till now, those are all instruments, guitars that are made for him, but anybody can play.
Right.
And anybody can use them.
Exactly.
You know, and now with the amplifiers as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Dave said earlier, you look at some of these guitars, like, you know, the Vita Stereolitis guitar, you know, at Music Zoo. I mean, that guitar was, like Dave said, the action was like a mile high off the neck. And I never got a chance to play it when I was out in LA, you know, a couple years ago when I went to Hard Rock and I saw the Neptune guitar. I remember I looked at it from the side. And I mean, it was just like incredible. The action was, there were some spots where, you know, it looked like the strings were laying on the frets, and other areas where the strings were mile high off. And of course, you know, things change and necks warp over time. But it just goes to show you what happens when you just put things together. You get what you get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then after a while, if something's on display and they're not being maintained, they're not being played, really.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Really cool, you know, cool stuff though. Really interesting.
Yeah, I've been to that Hard Rock as well. That's the one in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right there, right across from by Jimmy Kimmel. Not directly across the street, but just down the street a ways.
Right.
Yeah. Man's Chinese Theater, whatever they call it now.
Oh, Grauman's, or
Gromitz.
Gromitz, yeah, Gromitz, Chinese grommets. Any grommets out there?
I could use some Chinese grommets right now. I could use a couple sets, at least one set, please. But no, I've been there too. You know, you walk right into that. If you guys want to see the Neptune, what you call the Neptune guitar, and that's the Kramer where it has the black circles on the front that Edward himself sprayed on there, and Rob's going to show you what they look like on his guitar.
Yeah, you can see where the classic story where Paul Unkert painted this guitar white and black. Excuse me, red and white. and then went out to lunch. And Eddie just walks in the shop and oh, my guitar's almost ready. Oh, I'm gonna put some black on. So he just goes and just, you know, and then they had all the paint drip down on the back, and you know, I remember Paul Unkert coming back and telling Dave and I, he was so angry. He's like so mad because he just worked on this guitar and Eddie just came in and, like, in his opinion at the time, ruined it. But now you look at it now and everybody just thinks it's the coolest thing because it just has a personality to it, you know. It's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, hey, 802 Blues. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Just came from a blues jam.
Nice.
At my local park. Awesome, man. Were you 802 Blues? Were you jamming? Awesome. Very cool. But yeah, if any of you guys want to see, you know, the real guitar, what you call the Neptune, the Kramer Neptune, go over to the Hard Rock Cafe right there in Hollywood, right down the street from Mann's Chinese Theater. You'll see it. And walk right in, go straight in, straight to the back. You'll see the kitchen. And as far as we know, from the left of the kitchen, it's right there.
Yeah.
Displayed on the wall. And you can get right up to it. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. I got a picture of me on the wall over there standing next to it. I'm going to move my computer. But yeah, it's cool. You're right, Johnny. It is. It's like right next to the kitchen.
Yeah. And it's been there for years, I know. Let me see if I have any. Yeah, I've got a bunch of pictures. I actually took like a bunch of super close-up pictures of it. Let's see, when was I there? I'm thinking that was like a couple years ago. See if my phone goes that back.
I'm still wondering if anybody knows out there. I believe it's in Europe somewhere at a Hard Rock Cafe, but I still would like to know if anybody can tell me where the 918V guitar is right now. It's obviously at a Hard Rock Cafe somewhere because the pictures that have surfaced on it recently show that. But I think it's in like Italy or somewhere over in Europe, but I'm not sure. If anybody knows, I'd love to hear about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We love.
I'll find some pictures of me with that guitar too. I have some.
We love talking about these old guitars and learning where they are, like if they're on public display somewhere.
Yeah.
Checking them out. Yeah, I'm looking on my phone too to see if
I have the picture. Just gotta find.
When was that? When was I there? I was there after NAMM. It wasn't this last NAMM. I don't know if it was even. Here's a picture of it. This isn't my picture. This is actually a picture somebody took. I believe there's a story where somebody who owned it at one time lent it to a friend of theirs, and this friend of theirs got to play it, was jamming with it, like in his room, in his bedroom, and this is a picture of it that the guy took right there back in the early 80s.
That was early 80s. Wow.
Well, it would have been, if it was built in 83, it would have been probably 84. I don't know.
Does it even have the fine tuners on it back then? Someone took the fine tuners off it, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, it has the fine tuners.
Where's my picture? I know I have it. Really, really cool pictures, though.
Yeah, yeah. I took a bunch of pictures of it. I took a video of it. If you just search on this channel, search for just search the word Neptune on this channel here, and you'll come across a video that I took. Yeah, here's like a close-up picture I took of the bottom of it where the paint's running.
Yes, yeah,
right there. That's the real thing right there. Look at that.
Oh, this dog. Sorry, guys. I'll be back again.
No problem, Dave. Take your time.
He is just killing me.
All right, here it is when I saw it. I took this picture. Okay. Oh, boy. I don't know why it's right.
Here, let me see if I can present.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm using different computers here.
Yeah. So here.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's a picture I took, and then here's me standing next to it. This is, like I said, about 2 years ago. And I got one more picture. Well, we got other pictures of it too, but that's a close-up I took of it. Really cool. The pick guard on this thing is like a. It looks like a piece of plastic. It's not even a real. It's not even a real pick guard. It's like, you ever see those black rubbish barrels? You know, the plastic rubbish barrels. You can literally cut it out with a pair of shears, like scissors. I mean, which is exactly what I did for my pick guard, because they don't make pick guards like that without the holes in them. It's really interesting. It's just like a piece of plastic. So, but it's just amazing when you look at the paint job on that guitar. I've seen a couple of those guitars. I've seen the Vetus guitar. I've seen the Neptune guitar. There's not a lot. I don't believe there's. I was in the Hard Rock Cafe in New York City back last year, and I don't believe they have an Eddie Van Halen. Actually, I'm positive there's no Van Halen guitars in the New York Hard Rock right now. There's another. I think the 918V used to be in Florida, didn't it, Johnny? And then it moved.
That I don't know. I know the Neptune was in Florida.
Yeah, and then it was okay. The Neptune was in Florida, and then it was moved to LA. Okay.
The Neptune went from Florida, at least, yeah,
to
LA, which we think it still is now.
Yeah. Yeah, any other pictures here?
I'm still scrolling.
So
I've got, I don't know how many. I've got a few pictures on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've got
there's
a couple.
some cool guitars though. I mean, Dave's having issues with Brandy.
Okay, here they are. Finally. Okay, here's mine. I'll show you some of mine. Let's see, there we go. Here's well, first of all, this is different. You guys will recognize this. This is actually that's a different hard rock. That's actually the hard rock in Universal City.
Yeah.
That excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's where I thought the Neptune was. I thought it was there at that hard rock, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one in Hollywood.
Right.
But actually, there is one. There is a Van Halen guitar there, and it's one of the Fender Frankenstein replicas.
Nice.
It's actually it's autographed. And then at the time when I was there, this was back January 25th of 2015. They also had Michael Anthony's bass.
Oh, that was from '84, right?
You'll recognize that Rickenbacker from the Panama video.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was there, and that's signed as well.
That's cool.
Right there. If you guys ever want to see the back of that huge Frankenstein, it looks like that. It actually has huge reflectors on the back.
That's cool.
I'll just scroll through these real quick. I don't think I have any shirtless selfies. I'll try to show you some of this stuff.
You're just jealous because I do.
But yeah, I took the pictures I took were insane, man. Like super, you know,
Close up, yeah.
close up, and like every
Angle you can get, yeah.
I'll show you guys one more. Yeah, every angle I could get, I did, you know.
Johnny, do you have any pictures of well, the only way I can show you is on but do you have any pictures of on the cavity route for the humbucker? Like, see where it's all like chewed away, like right here, like someone took a Dremel and just like marred it out. Because I had to do that on mine to make it accurate. When I saw Dave's replica, I said, "Oh, I forgot to do that." So I ended up bringing mine back, or took a Dremel out, and I routed it out so it looked all crappy like that.
Do you want to see the real thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to see it.
The real thing.
I don't know if you guys are so crazy about your replicas. The actual route really isn't that deep. It looks like this.
Yeah.
If you can see that.
It's just so funny the way that when they made these bodies, it's like someone did it with a hammer and a chisel. I mean, sometimes
that's how he did do it.
It's just crazy. It's so funny.
Here's a really good. Yeah, it basically just looks like this. Oh, come on. Looks like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Dave said, that's how he did it back in those days. He just literally chiseled it out, you know. there was no factory, to scale measurements on that kind of stuff. It was all just haphazardly done. What did Unkert say back then, Dave? Everything was willy-nilly back in those days.
Yep.
I'll show you guys one more picture since I got them. Oh, this is cool. Man, these are really cool pictures. Really cool.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
That is cool.
One more. One more.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, look. If you could get so close, you can actually see. You can actually see like the wood under the guitar and stuff. Look at that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have some pictures, not of that guitar, but
that's insane, man.
You can see the grain.
But yeah.
Yeah, there was no wood filler used. There was no, rubbing compound. I mean, they literally just took the bodies and spray painted them white, taped it, spray painted it red. I mean, it was that simple. I mean, even the 5150, those no bozos pictures that are out there. When you look at the body from the the bottom or the bottom, the side, looking at it elongated, landscape wise, where the 5150 stickers are, you can see the grain. It's really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely some cool stuff out there. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Now, what do you got for questions here? Not a lot of questions tonight, actually.
No, they're all patting each other on the back.
It's all Dave's fan club.
Dave's fan.
Because this show doesn't operate without me.
You keep leaving.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, now Rob's leaving.
You having problems tonight?
No, I'm just getting something to drink. Hold on. I got some Diet Mountain Dew that I've been pounding away on today.
I'll tell you what's going on after the show.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Nice.
Is it blue?
No. Oh, I guess it could be blue. They make blue dew, right?
Hey, Michael. Johnny! Michael! And I'm not crazy. I'm reading what he typed. Okay. He wrote Johnny with like 20 O's, 1 H, and like 3 N's.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Now that's got to be that. It's coming from Rob's side.
What is the echo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jason, I saw your text, and yes, I just it's tough for me. I can't be doing this and texting on my phone. But yes, you can do that.
Why not? You always do. Right, Desiree? Desiree, you want to call in?
I feel so much better now. I took 2 Tylenol, and I feel so much better already.
Man. We got 55 people looking at this weirdness. Thank you. 30 thumbs ups. We got -4 eggs.
How dare these people? Maybe it's not people that are doing it.
You think it's like monsters?
I think they're robots.
Robots?
People,
It's possible.
robots that don't know what entertainment is.
Do robots have personalities?
No.
Rob,
Yo,
how's that Diet Mountain Dew, man?
loving it.
Is it caffeine free? Does Mountain Dew do a caffeine free version?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't even know what this is. I know it's just Diet Mountain Dew. I got this little thing I've been doing. Diet Mountain Dew with a splash of cranberry juice. It really tastes good. The cranberry juice gives it a little bit of a fruity taste, kind of like a tropical taste. Kind of like it.
Nice. Pris, Pris asked how I hurt my back, and I honestly don't know how. It just happened. I think I was walking down a set of stairs with a guitar in my hand, and just after that, it was all downhill.
All downhill from there.
Wow. Literally.
That sucks.
When was this?
When was it that I hurt my back?
Yeah.
Over 2 weeks ago. It's just still not right.
Oh man.
But that's not why I had to take the 2 Tylenol. I couldn't stand. It was killing me to listen to you.
One for Rob's voice, one for my voice, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Vinny. Vinny man, how you doing, dude? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great time. Yucking it up. 57 of you on Wolfgang Wednesday, we call it.
Beautiful stuff.
Huh? So what?
You good?
What? No.
All right.
I just got here.
Oh.
I feel like
Like we can get another 2 hours?
Well, has it been 2 hours?
Not quite, about an hour and a half. Just under an hour and a half.
You sure? I think we started late because of all my problems.
Maybe.
I think it's been about an hour, I think.
Isn't that like a daytime soap, All My Problems?
All My Problems.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what the show is going to be, called eventually.
All My Problems.
Welcome to All My Problems. Featuring Dave Nesdahl.
We love you, Dave Nesdahl.
It's okay. I'll have the last laugh.
So is that like sacrilegious that I'm like holding a Ernie Ball Music Man guitar with Wolfgang Wednesday?
No.
I don't even see a guitar. All I see is you holding the neck.
This one?
Huh?
A little tighter.
An hour and 8 minutes. Thank you, BV Ninja. No, because the guitar and your shirt are the same color.
I know. That's why I grabbed that. I'm like, ooh, the Music Man guitar will be kind of a nice combo with the shirt. Yeah, I mean, these Music Man guitars, I don't know. I mean, it's so funny with the Van Halen signature guitars. I don't know what it is. It's the strangest thing with me. My preferences, I mean, I love them all. The Music Mans, the PVs, and the PVHs. They're all amazing guitars. They're all different in their own ways, but I don't know. I go through phases. It's the strangest thing. Sometimes this is like my favorite guitar from the signature series to play. I love the neck. I love the body. I love the feel. I mean, on these ones, I mean, I always like the Axis because the Axis has had the little bit of the belly contour on the back. But other than that, I mean, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, it's the Music Man. That is like everything. This is the best EVH guitar ever. And then I'll pick up the EVHs, and I'm like, nope, this is it, And then sometimes the PVs. It's strange. It's funny how they all have their own, their own personality. But like about a week ago when we were doing a hangout, we were talking about Oh, what were we talking about, Dave? We were talking about how, you know, remember the magical feel that you get from a guitar? We were talking about that, like, you know, how each guitar kind of has its own personality. I totally agree with that completely. Sometimes with me, all my guitars have their own personality, and all the guitars I have now, I keep them because they're special to me and they play great. But the funny thing is within a few of those guitars, like a couple of my PVs, this one, and my EVHs, and of course my 5150 Kramer, which is my all-time favorite guitar, I go through phases where sometimes I prefer to play this one for a few weeks, and then that one. It's strange. It's odd. I don't know what it is. Whereas some people would just focus on one, maybe. I don't know. How do you feel? Is there one of your guitars, Dave, that other than your 5150, that you like really just have that feel for? Signature guitar speaking?
Yeah, my Kramer ad, now with the new neck on it, it's become my favorite guitar. It's really killer. I like it more than the 5150.
Huh. I can't wait to check that out. I haven't seen it with a new neck on it yet.
It's killer. Absolutely killer. But I do know what you're talking about. It's called having choices.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, you have a lot of guitars and they're all good. So why not, you know, dig one for a while and then move on to another one? It's just it makes sense. Makes sense. You know, it'd be different if you know, you had a bunch of guitars and they all sucked. You know, but every one of them that you have, everyone that I've played, they're good. They're real good guitars like mine.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. And then they all have their own personality. And Johnny's got two. He's got two avatars down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two of me now.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody in the chat box. Maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen anybody in the chat box mention the that they have they've got their 5150 guitar yet. But
yeah, I don't think any of them have.
I know somebody who did.
In the chat box.
Not in the chat box, but
well,
you guys know what's his name? Was it Chuckles?
Chuckles.
Is that his name? Is it Chuckles? Chuckles got one.
I don't know who Chuckles is.
He got one.
I don't know who Chuckles is.
Chuckles got one.
Hey, you know what we can talk about?
How about that Music Man, Dave?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I was just contacted by a friend of mine who is selling at one of Eddie Van Halen's personal Music Man Eddie Van Halen guitars, the pink one called Pinky, and it's serial number 80008. And it is for sale. It is absolutely the first pink Music Man, and it was absolutely one of Eddie's guitars with all the accolades, all the all the paperwork, everything that you'd want, including, I believe, a bunch of magazines with him playing it and holding it. If anyone is interested in that, private message me, and I'll tell you the price, but I will say that it is very expensive. So if anyone is interested in that guitar, let me know.
Dave, that guitar almost looks red in some of those pictures, doesn't it?
I have a photo of it of it right now. Give me a second and I'll call it up.
I believe that guitar, maybe I'm wrong, was the one that Ed was playing on the cover of the Practicing Musician magazine, 92, 91, 92. He was on the cover.
I believe you're correct.
John Petrucci or whatever was on there.
Are you guys talking about Pinky?
Yes. Yeah. That's the guitar right there.
Yeah. There's the magazine I was talking about. Yep.
That's it right there.
Yeah, Musician Magazine with Albert Lee and.
Yep, and it is absolutely for sale. And if anyone is interested, let me know, and I'll get you in touch with the guy who's selling it.
And that guitar.
What's that?
And that guitar was played live.
Did you have a case on there?
Yes, I did. But try bending over when you have a really bad back. That's the problem. You're trying to hit the floor when you have a bad back. There it is again.
Very nice. Very nice. Very cool.
And I have a photo. I have a photo of the serial number in case anyone is. I don't know if you can. Oh, look at that! You can actually see it.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that is absolutely it. It's the one.
Is that the one that you're going to have at your house?
No, no.
That was a different one.
That is not the guitar.
Actually, what's the story on
If
that
that was
one?
the guitar I'd have in my house, I would probably keep my mouth shut for a little while and play it, but it's not.
Actually, what is the story on that guitar, Dave? The one that was going to come to your house. Is that still on the way sometime? Or?
I have no idea. I need to sell the ones that he has given me first before he gives me anything else.
Yep.
So, what do we have here?
Yeah, I mean the Music Man's. That's cool. Just seeing that picture. Something about those bodies. I mean these Music Man bodies. I always liked them. They reminded me of the cross between like a Telecaster and a Les Paul, or like a Tele, a Paul, and a kind of a Strat, but mostly a Telecaster and Les Paul.
Yeah.
Do we know? Did Eddie have anything to? Well, sure. It's kind of a stupid question. Did it have anything to do with it? But when Eddie went with Music Man, we've all seen some of those rare photos of the first Music Mans that came out. You know, even prior to the Axis that Eddie had, the unfinished Axis. But do we know when Eddie went with Music Man in, you know, 90 or whatever it was when he first started developing that guitar, did he have, did he come up with a body shape, or was that particular platform, had that already been developed? Or was it under development at the time? Do we know that?
You know, I don't know, but Music Man kept it. So I have a feeling that wasn't Eddie's. Either it wasn't his shape, you know, or they helped him and and he didn't own it all to himself.
Yeah. The only thing I recall reading, the reason I'm asking is because I was looking at an old article a few weeks ago, and I recalled reading it years and years ago. When Music Man first went with Eddie, and Eddie said, okay, I'm going to give you guys a shot, he actually talked, a lot of people don't know this, Dave, I'm sure you know this, but Johnny, I don't know if you know this, but Eddie was actually looking at Steinberger. Steinberger had a shot at doing the signature guitar. And Eddie decided, it's, you know, the guitar is a little bit too alien for me. I think I'm going to go with something a little different. And he decided on Music Man. And the first guitar that Music Man gave Eddie was a striped Strat guitar. And Eddie was like, this isn't what I want. I don't want a Strat style body. I want something different. And they must have come up with something like this. Either they had it laying around or Eddie had something to do with it. But it's interesting because when I asked the question, I asked for the simple reason of when you look at this guitar and then you look at the PV Wolfgang, which ultimately became the EVH Wolfgang body shape-wise, I mean, even though they're different, the top horn is cut out a little bit, you know, and it's an arch top, you can totally see the similarities between the bodies. And like Johnny said in the past, this guitar is like the mother of all the Eddie Van Halen signature guitars. So you can definitely see, you know, a lot of similarities. And I do recall Eddie saying in a 95, 96 era guitar magazine or Guitar World or something like that, when he decided to go with PV, he couldn't take the pickups with him because Music Man had the rights to the pickups. And it almost sounded to me like it was, I don't know if you would call it an oversight or whatever, but Eddie, you know, Eddie did not own the rights to those pickups. So he had to, you know, PV had to develop those pickups, you know, specifically. So I'm not sure. Yeah, Johnny, that's the pick I was talking about. So I was actually wondering, you know, it's kind of some interesting questions. What did Eddie, you know, what did he retain when he left Music Man? I don't know. It's kind of a cool
Mhm.
question.
Well, I mean, obviously they changed the body shape a little bit.
Yep.
Well, the difference is really the top horn. It went from a Telecaster to a 335.
Right. Right. And the toggle switch being moved, and
Yeah, but that's whatever. I'm
yeah.
talking about the actual design of the body.
But
Right.
that picture that you have there, Rob, that picture, that guitar, that looks like that could have been like one of the first prototype guitars. I mean, obviously it's like slapped together.
Can we show that picture, Johnny? Or
Yeah.
okay, this picture right here, guys, is the picture Johnny just sent. Dave and I already have it, but Johnny saved me the trouble of having to find it. So you guys all know the picture of Eddie with the initial Ernie Ball Music Man Axis. It was called an Axis before it was called the Eddie Van Halen model. A lot of people don't know that. And then when Eddie left, they went back to the Axis. But the unfinished body, but very few people have seen this actual guitar. And this is really, really cool. Here's Eddie. You can see the 5150 in the back. That's Dudley Gimple and Sterling Ball, I believe. Mm-hmm. And that guitar right there was the original Ernie Ball Music Man. That's what they were coming up with. Look at it. It's got 2 single coil routes. Really, really cool. Really cool picture. And I would say that's either 89 or 90. Probably.
That looks like.
Yeah, I'd say it's 90.
Yep. Probably right around the time they did the opening of the Cabo Wabo Cantina, before or after, right around that time, because that was the last time you saw that 5150 guitar getting played live.
His hair is the same. Not that I'm a nerd, but his hair is the same there as when he was at the Batman premiere. Remember the movie Batman?
Yeah. Yeah, with Michael Keaton and.
Does that make me a nerd if I know that?
Yes.
Kind of.
Look at pictures of him and Valerie at that premiere, and then look at that picture there, and his hair.
Yeah, but you can see. I mean, the body shape, like on mine, the body shape is similar.
And Dave told me to say all that.
But it's got the 2 single coils, and you know, pretty cool, interesting. Well, yeah, I'm glad you found that picture, Johnny, because I was referring to that, but I have it. It just would have taken me forever to find it. So.
There's another one too. There are 2 photos that I guess they were shot at the same time, or one right after the other.
Right.
There's another photo of the 3 of those guys together.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Wow, 58 people. Wow. Hope you guys are having a fun time.
59.
59. Look at this. 32 thumbs ups. We got 4 non-eggs. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but a 0 looks like an egg. And since I, have eggs.
Because they haven't dropped yet?
What am I saying, man? What? Oh yeah, you can't see me. My camera's off. What's that burning smell?
That's my candle.
Are you serious? It smells like a candle here.
Yeah, this is warm tobacco pipe candle.
Why can I smell your candle?
Well, it's better. Never mind. Forget it.
I think you're crazy.
Something burns here.
Johnny. Oh, God.
There's some burning going on here somewhere.
All right. I suppose, since it is Wolfgang Wednesday, I should pull a Wolfgang. One of these days, I'll get my red EVH.
You haven't gotten that back yet?
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm calling the guy tomorrow. I'm like,
oh my God, that guy is so fired.
Okay, so actually, I do have some information, Dave. I know what I was going to tell you. Remember I told you there's something I was going to tell you?
Yeah.
So you saw the guitar. Actually, hold on. Let me show everybody out there in Wolfgang land what is coming back to me if you guys don't recall. So I got a guitar from Dave probably 9 months ago, 8 months ago, it was back in September when my girlfriend and I at the time came out to visit. And Dave and I did a deal. And I ended up with this awesome guitar. And right now, as we speak, this is what the guitar looks like. It's a red, special, stealthy kind of looking matte body. And I changed the neck out. It's an EVH special ebony with stainless frets neck, which is really cool, and I love the combination. So what you're going to see when I get it back is you're going to see a red kill switch put on it, which I think is going to give it some really cool character. Now, Eddie never had that particular model with the red kill switch on it, but he had a guitar like that. But his was the USA version. So it's going to come back with a kill switch on it, and the neck is already on it, and it'll just have a professional setup and everything. It'll be professionally installed. So I was really thinking that this, this kill switch would look really cool on that red guitar. However, I really was kind of hoping to get the block inlay neck, but on the special, ebony necks, you can't get those. So what I was thinking about was I've actually had experience with 2 sets of these in the past, and they worked phenomenal and looked great. So I was on eBay the other day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to look at some of those fret inlay, block inlay stickers that come from Japan. So I ordered a set of them. And that's what I have on my little guitar. Those are stickers. And I had one on my old USA, or my old special, which I had relic like the 2015, which Dave saw. And I actually don't have that guitar anymore. I have this one. And they really looked cool, and they stayed on. So I ordered a set of those for like $15. So I'm going to put those on.
What you need to do before you put them on is cut them to the right size, though, because they're too big.
Yes, that's the mistake I made the last time. I didn't cut them. They were too big. So I'm going to take a little extra time this time and cut them down. And I'm going to use this guitar as my template, so I know exactly what size to cut them. So kind of excited because that guitar is going to really look cool. No, they're not real block inlays, they're stickers, but like I said, I've used 2 sets of them in the past, and they really work great. And everybody that I've referred them to that's used them has told me, wow, Rob, these things are really incredible. They work pretty well. So that'd be kind of cool. So I'm really excited to get that guitar back. But we're going on like 3 months now, so.
Yeah, that guy is so fired.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of annoyed. I'm calling him tomorrow. I mean,
RMG wants to have a shark update. If you're on Facebook, you'd be able to see it, but I'll show you a couple photos. It's red today. Yeah, there's my shark. I should have it completely finished by the weekend, relicked and together.
Hope I can see it when I get out there.
Well, I'm hoping to have it done by then.
Be awesome. Be awesome. And you know what I like about Dave's guitar, different than mine, and I'll back it up with a photo because I think I know exactly what Dave's going to look like. Here's mine, and I love mine. I mean, mine's a great replica. I wish mine didn't have, I wish I spent a little more time in getting the wood grain out of it before I painted it, but I really love mine. But on mine, you can see I got the old harmonica style bridge like what Eddie has on his now, which I personally like. That's just a preference I like on mine. And on Dave's, stand by, I have a really cool picture I wanted to show you, Dave. So I have this magazine. It's another Japanese magazine. I don't know, Johnny, if you can present me here, but it's really, really cool. You guys can see that is what Dave's going for, I believe.
Well, that's the bridge. In fact,
are you going with those volume knobs too,
no,
Dave?
No. The way it's going to look is it's going to look exactly the way the guitar looks today, but with that Tune-o-matic bridge on it.
Yep.
Yep.
John, do you ever see this magazine?
I don't even think Johnny's there.
Oh, okay. He took off. That's all right. Here's an interesting thing, Dave. So in this magazine, it's got Eddie with Frank. Now, here's something really cool. You tell me what's up with this picture. Here's the 2007 guitar. What's wrong with that, Floyd?
It's got the new style arm on it.
What is up with that? Isn't that weird?
I'm sure he's got more than one.
Yeah, yeah. I guess what I'm saying though is if I spent 25 grand on a guitar, I'd want the right collar on the arm.
He might have changed it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you know, it could be. Yeah, it could be that was one of his personal ones that he changed. Yeah, good point. Good point. I always thought this picture was really cool. This is, I think this is Jazz Oberlin here. Eddie with the original Frankenstrat. Jazz, really cool picture. And let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, just nothing too fancy with pictures, but yeah, there's some cool stuff out there. Definitely some cool stuff. Yeah, this is a great guitar. They're so fun. I'm actually so pumped for Dave that he's doing one because, you know, Dave Nesdall's guitar wall is, you know, it's impressive. It's impressive, and when you can see it firsthand, it's, you know, I mean, I got a pretty impressive collection too, but when you get out and see Dave's, it's phenomenal. And I think a guitar, a Shark, will grace his wall very well, very nicely.
Well, I'm hoping to play it.
Yeah, they're fun guitars. I really like them, and they on me when I play mine, I've been playing it a lot more lately. It actually feels comfortable. It's a comfortable guitar to play. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm more of a bar user, but I love them. They're great guitars. They're fun. Somebody actually asked a question on VH Links today. Really interesting question. They said, you know, there's a lot of talk of Eddie speaking back in the 70s and early 80s when, you know, they said, you know, what do you think of your Shark guitar? You know, how did you like it? He goes, I loved it. But he goes, you know, it lost a lot of tone when I cut that big piece of wood out of the body because, it, you know, when you take a big chunk of wood out like that, it affects the, you know, how the guitar resonates and everything. And a lot of people say, you know, when they build one or whatever, you know, the guitar doesn't sound well, or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But if you think about it, what's the difference between that and the Star guitar? It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, the Star guitar has a big chunk of wood out of it. And I would just say, and I don't, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of it has to do with how you have your amp set up and how you have everything that's the sound dialed in, correct? And what pickups you're using. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard him use that guitar after after that big chunk was cut out, and I thought it sounded pretty amazing.
Yeah, he used it live after. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know he got the Chris Holmes Destroyer for the 1980 Invasion, well, I should say Women and Children First album. But the Shark guitar, that was played in 78, 79, and 80, correct? It was played those 3 tours. Mm-hmm. Same with the Bumblebee. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Sorry, I wasn't here. Yeah, I found that smell. Yeah, my neighbor is grilling. My neighbor just bought a brand new grill, and so I had to shut the window because the smell was coming right into the room.
Well, if you think something's burning, yeah, you got to check that out. You definitely got to check that out.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, what would you say was approximately the time frame when Eddie put that harmonica bridge on that's Destroyer? Do we know?
I really don't know. I honestly don't know.
No.
Let me see. There are photos. I don't know. I honestly don't know. One second.
Yeah, so there's some cool. While Dave's looking, there's definitely some cool stuff.
This photo, whenever this photo was, whenever this photo was, you know, the photo in the book.
Yeah.
It was on there then. It's on there at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That photo there, that one's from like 95, 94, 95.
Yeah, well, it's on there.
Yeah, we know in '78 he had the black toggle switch cover, the different knobs, and the old school bridge, or not old school, but you know, the normal bridge, the non-harmonica style bridge, like Dave's talking about. Because you know, there's pictures of him right here playing at '78. I don't have any 1980 era pictures handy to tell, but hold on, let me just check. I might have one. Hold on.
So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Literally, I'm good.
Are you good? Like, you want to go good?
I'm getting to be good. Yeah, because, you know, there's a grill with, like, grill smell coming right into the window.
I understand, and I'm in pain, so...
Well, hey, Rob, see if you can find that picture real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Hang tight. If I can't find it in like 5 seconds, we'll just forget about it. All right. Yeah, I'm not you guys hanging. The only thing I have handy, and Dave, you'll like this. This is a very rare magazine. It's like one of the old Guitar Man magazines.
I have it. I
Yeah.
have that book.
Got a great full-page pic of the Destroyer. And obviously, it's like the one Dave just showed. It has the harmonica bridge. But if you look back here, this would have been like 78, 79.
Yeah, it has the PAF in it.
Yeah, pretty cool. Black, black toggle switch cover. So it's I gotta find. One of these days, I'll sit down and I'll see if I can round up some 1980 era picks to see. There's a very good chance that harmonica style bridge was not put on until after he stopped playing it live. There's a very good chance of that. I don't know. I can't verify that right now. I think we verified that he played the guitar live 78, 79, and 80 tours. And then, you know, in 81 for Fair Warning, he was no longer playing that guitar live anyways. So it would have to probably been sometime after 80, after the Invasion tour was over. Unless I can find some pictures that show what the bridge looked like when he was playing it in 1980. See what I can dig up. But yeah, that'd be cool, Dave. I can't wait to see yours.
Me neither. I'm gonna go visit it tomorrow. I have to go get a part and send it over, and I'm gonna also show Nick that Floyd that I have, that replica Floyd.
Oh, the whale tail. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll visit that guitar.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Dave, real quick, when I come on Saturday, we'll talk before, but other than I'm going to bring up my 5150 because I want to show it to you. The 5150, I can bring the Steinberger if you want, or...
Yeah, I'd like to see that again.
Any guitars that you would like me to bring other than the Neptune? Anything come to mind that you want me to bring out? Or?
You mean the 918V?
I'm sorry, the Neptune. Yeah, the 918.
You should take that cutout with you, and you guys can all pose with pictures with that.
Which one?
That cutout behind you?
No, I won't. I don't want that in my house. I don't have enough room for another body in my house.
Johnny, I'll just do what I did. I'll just do what I did last summer. I'll dye my hair blonde again, and like last summer, and I'll wear glasses.
Yeah.
I look like Eddie from that. From
photo shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you think of anything, Dave, I can bring some stuff out.
Okay.
Really cool.
Remember, you're going to take that neck as well. You're going to take your guitar and that beak neck as well.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I'm going to give you something for that, though. I'm going to give you something for that. Yeah.
As long as it's not herpes or anything.
On that note, yeah. Oh goodness gracious.
Don't want to get the herpes.
No, we don't need that. I don't think any of us need that. So, boy, you guys didn't have many questions tonight, though. Everybody was pounding away on each other.
What?
But yeah, I can't wait to see some of those guitars, Dave. It's kind of funny. You know what I'm really looking forward to playing? I'm looking forward to playing that Sunburst or that Tobacco PV. I've already seen it and played it, but something about that guitar, I loved it.
Mine, you mean?
Yours, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't give that to Chris Hubbard.
Yeah, that's a great guitar. Great guitar. You know, I'm going to bring out my special with a sustainer. I want to show it. What I'd like to do is take a picture of mine and yours, your green one and mine together.
Okay.
The two sustainer guitars. That'd be cool. So,
No problem.
that is, if we can fit, you know, all the hardware in the lens. You know. Look at this thing. This thing is crazy. Look at all the crap on this thing. I mean, I love the guitar, but look at all this garbage.
Yeah.
It's cool. I love it, though. It's a great guitar. I mean, the neck on this thing is just insane.
It looks like it's at the dentist right now.
Yeah, I know. I know. Chris did a great job, too, of doing the route. I mean, everything looks totally professional on it. I mean, it's amazing.
That's where I was yesterday.
The dentist.
At
Yeah.
Hubbard's?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a tooth fixed. Cool.
All
Dave,
right.
You guys
Dave,
good?
I have one quick question for Dave. Sorry, last one. I meant to ask you this. In your opinion, I had somebody ask me this question today, and the response I gave them was the PV bridge for the PV Wolfgangs. The question that I got was, from a quality standpoint, the Wolfgang EVH special guitars, not the USA, the Wolfgang EVH special guitar Floyd Rose bridges.
They're the same as the American one.
Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were different.
I thought so too. They're not. It's an F1000.
Oh, okay. Because the question I had was, quality-wise, what's the difference between those and the PV Wolfgang bridges? And the question was, the PVs actually had the factory had a smaller brass block that they used on the PVs. What would your opinion be? Is there a better one, or are they?
They're both very good. They're both good bridges. I don't really have an intelligent answer other than they're both good.
Okay, I was not aware.
I think where the problem is with the F1000 is either the clamps of the nut, something with the nut. I think that's where there's trouble with it staying in tune a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the bridges are fine. I mean,
but they're all the same, USA and really. Okay,
that's what I'm told. That's what I'm told.
Huh. Okay. Good to know. I did not know that. Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Raymond or Beane, Rob, get that crap off of it. Yeah, I know. It's a combination of the 04 and 98 hardware he had on when he played with the wire to keep the cord out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Yeah, if you guys are good, I'm good.
Yeah. I like all that crap.
I do too. I make fun of it, but I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm an Eddie Van Halen geek. I like whatever he does.
Me too. That's why I did it. I mean, it was like I said, when I got that guitar, I wanted to comment because he played that guitar was a 9804 version, and I just wanted to combine the two eras on it, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, Cool stuff.
Okay, so we're good.
We're good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for everything. All of you.
See y'all Friday night.
Yes.
Yes. See you guys soon.
Yeah.
Rob, good to see you, Rob.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys.
Brandon, no, I do not use it. I do not use enamel spray.
Animal spray?
Enamel.
I guess he's talking about on the replicas, right, Dave? The striped.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Bozique. Good to see you guys too. It was great to see all you guys. Thank you. And heading out to Nesdall's on Saturday, so have some fun. Stay tuned for some cool pictures and stuff.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay. We'll see you guys. Thanks for rocking out with us.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
And see you guys Friday. All right. JohnnyBeane, JohnnyBeane.com. Howie the Dalmatian.
Night, Howie.
Check him out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Howie Beane.
Howie the Beane.
There he is. Oh, he's hitting my arm. He wants to go. All right. We're gonna go.
I'd hit your arm too if I was there.
Okay. All right. See you guys.
Night, everybody.
Everybody wave.
See ya.
Sleep tight.
Just wave and smile.